Hello, 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 everybody. How goes our Sunday? Oh, man. Why am I so tired? I actually slept last night and I'm still somehow tired. Good lord. There we go. All right. Ads are over. Oh, man. All right. Well. Hello, 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 everybody. It's going to be the short Sunday day stream where cramming in trying to get the words done before I do apparently TikTok ads or whatever it is I have to set up to edit for next week. I was actually thinking about how I could stream that, and I don't, because I'm pretty sure I can't screen cap. It would also be back on the Mac side, because that's where all my edit stuff is. I also don't know if I'm allowed to show any of that. I didn't technically sign an NDA for it, but sometimes you just operate under the assumption that you have to sign an NDA. It would be interesting to show some of that, but perhaps another time. All right, well, what do we got here? Oh, you missed what I said. I was just babbling about I had considered streaming what the TikTok edit shit I have to do this week. I just don't know. It would also cause issues probably because I'd be back on the Mac side. I'd have to use a different, set up a different streaming thing. But I also don't know if I'm allowed to. I didn't technically sign an NDA for it, but lots of times I just have to operate like I did. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it would be worth streaming. Yeah. Yeah, I actually don't even know what the company is because it's I do know the branding I have to use is 7 different companies. So I know the research and ad firm I'm working for, but I don't know who the quote unquote client directly is. So I probably won't. Yeah, it'd probably not be good to stream that. So Maya, what's up? How goes it? How goes your Sunday? Ugh. Howdy, any fucking doodly. I feel like coming in like that way, you're like a weird impersonating cowboy in a '90s adult comedy. Just it's very, I don't know why. I don't know. Sometimes the vibes you come in have very American Pie. It's almost, I don't know, Stifler vibes. That's definitely my high school brain thinking right there. I don't think I've watched any of those movies since I was 16, but I just finished chapter 8 during the rewrite. Awesome. The first chapter of the first chapter of the problem arc. Right, you have no idea how I'm going to trim it down. That's right. You said you were having issues trimming. The first chapter of the problem. How long is the quote unquote problem arc? Is it 8 through what you have written now, which I can't remember. I think you remember saying you were at 16 or 18 or something like that. How many chapters do you have to get down? Or tweak because of the I know you're 5 chapters. Oh, okay, it's 5 chapters. All right. I just finished chapter 8 during, sometimes, man, trimming is rough. It can be really hard. I might trim it to 4, but 3 is nigh impossible. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's difficult. I mean, trimming and editing is always hard. I don't know how it really works for novels and books, but um, I do know that I struggled a lot with that. You know, every script I was writing was like 120, 130 pages. Um, and you know, that's over. That's if you go by page by minute, that's over 2.5 hours for a movie. It's pretty long. Um, so you kind of, it's hard. It's definitely revolves around like you having to kill your darlings. That's for sure. I mean, they always tell you you have to kill your darlings, but you just have to. Um, it's just it's difficult to figuring out what is like 100% necessary. It takes a discerning eye to be able to be like, what is 100% necessary for the story in the way that I want to tell it. Um, and gets the characters across, but at the same time, you know, isn't super long. But with novels, I feel like some novels are just so goddamn long. You know, they're huge. So it's like, I don't. It's just, I've never been able to wrap my head around what. I guess aside from it being compelling or interesting to read, like really what hits, you know. Although some of the longer novels I've read actually read a lot easier. You know, they're breezy novels compared to like some of the shorter ones. Um, the first 2 chapters are necessary, and I'm editing them just to try to get it down. The second chapter is very important for Shy and Theresa specifically. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, like, it's kind of sometimes a way to do that is just take two things that happen, two like important moments, and be like, which one is more important, and then cutting the other one or changing the other one significantly to make it less involved, to just streamline it. You know, sometimes essentially being forced to choose which goes and which stays can kind of force your hand a little bit into deciding what's kind of really what's important to the story and what's not. In filmmaking, at least, that's a big thing because you're never going to be able to shoot and have the money to do everything you want to do. So even after the script is written and you're like producing stuff, you're gonna be forced to choose. You're essentially like, which battles are you gonna pick to fight? Because you're gonna lose most of them. So which ones are you really gonna fight for? And that's you kind of have to develop your ability to discern like what is the most important thing in any given moment that has to happen to make the story work. I'm thinking I keep most of it if I make certain parts more efficient. Yeah, that can work too. That can work, but that sometimes can work against you. It depends. In some cases, picking up the pace and being more efficient. It depends on what's happening. How many things do you have happening? If you don't have too much happening, then making it more efficient is fine. That's a good way to edit it and trim it down. But sometimes you'll realize you have too many things happening. The script I'm rewriting right now, that's actually a problem. Is my 98-page draft of it. People are like, it goes way too fast. It like blows through. You know, I'm too late hitting certain beats, and it's too, um, and other beats seem like they move too fast without enough breathing room, and that's usually a good indicator that you are doing too much in the time that you have, essentially. Want the rundown? Oh, of like what happens? Yeah, sure. Yeah, give me like a beat by beat of what happens in the chapter. Bum 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 bum. Chapter 8 through 12. Yeah. Okay, so that's your quote unquote problem chapters, or the problem arc. If it's trimmed to 4, I would assume. This is gonna be. Oh, it's gonna be a minute. Oh, you're going into some detail. Just give me like the beats, like each thing that happens. Don't go into like too much detail. Just like, okay, like what's essentially the beat, essentially the series of beats and instances. The this happens, therefore this happens, but this happens. Per chapter. You don't have to like go. You don't need to write like a paragraph. Just simple beats. Guess I need to figure out what I'm going to do next week after I finish this script. Going back to Pond Boys. Actually, wait a minute. Let me. Bring up the Discord. Yeah, you're fine. For whatever reason, I don't understand why Discord opens so huge. All right. I like how the Discord always says I'm playing Google Chrome. It just like it randomly picks so many strange things. It's very bizarre. It's funny. Anyway. I'll do that by rereading all this bullshit. Also figuring out why where am I at? 27.5. It's too long. You can probably add the software. Yeah, I have added the software. Like Fade In and Scrivener should both be in there. Yeah, because I've done that. It's just funny that for whatever reason, if I have Google Chrome up, it just prioritizes Google Chrome, and I don't know if it's because that's what like I have Twitch open in, but it's being weird. Hey, you can also remove Chrome. That's true. I can't just do that. Moon Runes, welcome in. Welcome in. How is your Sunday going? I can't make it short. I'm having a hard time explaining that. Gotcha. Okay. Well, if you need to drop it in the Discord, feel free. Or if you just do like a beat by beat breakdown of it. If it's like condensed, drop it in there. Speaking of which, I actually still need to read your opening thing, Moon Runes. I have not done that yet. The reopening, but I will. But how goes the Sunday life? Before we get started here. Probably only going to be able to run about 3 sprints today, so I'm going to try to get started a little bit earlier on the sprints, but it's going nice and slow and playing video. Well done, Moon Runes. That sounds like the best way to spend your Sunday. How was you said you were gonna go right at a cafe yesterday. How did that go? Obviously well enough for you to finish the new chapter. Yes, it's 200 words less than the old one, so it's quick. Oh, gotcha. Okay, cool. Yes, I will wrap that up. I'll probably read that tonight. Like 1,200 words this. Got it. Yep. Yeah, I ended up picking up picking up a job over like last minute, so I'm kind of juggling that. I have to go over to Windows, and I'm apparently going to be doing a bunch of TikTok videos, like editing a bunch of TikTok videos, so for, I don't know, some kind of brand nonsense. So I will unfortunately only be able to stream till about 5 p.m. today, and then I have to boot over to the Mac side and get everything booted up and get working on that, since they want their first batch of them Monday afternoon. So it's it'll be exciting. It'll be exciting having to write, do streams this week while I juggle that. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Chapter 8. The group arrives at the first city on the road. They stay at a party member's in-law's house. In-law is an old woman, and the mother to the party member, and has a bitch daughter, and everyone gets settled. Okay, so it's a simple introductory chapter. Okay, and then 9, Shy and Theresa go on a date and have a big moment for their relationship. Simple as that. Okay, gotcha. Okay. It was good. You were there for about 4 hours and got a lot done. Fantastic, Moon Runes. That's great. Yeah, I was like, clear. You seem to have like really gotten a lot done, so that's good. You can do it. Thank you. Okay, yeah, I think you might want to start, if you're worried about trimming things up, I'd start combining those chapters. Essentially, I would be like, if it's just a simple introductory chapter, I would see if you can somehow overlap, or a different chapter. It doesn't have to necessarily be chapter 8 and chapter 9, but if it's just a simple character introduction chapter, try to see if you can do something else narratively with the character introduction. Try to essentially do both at the same time. There's way too much. Yeah, that can be difficult, but usually that's what you're gonna have to start to figure out how to do. is there's way too much in these 2 chapters, or I mean chapter 9, if it's a big moment for those 2 characters, you might want to let that, like, that's a lot of words for a simple introductory chapter. So that's definitely got to come down a lot. Yeah, that's a lot of words. You might be having too much going on there then. Or I would do both. I would trim down the introductory parts and add in some more narrative things, lore and things like that. I'd just be careful becoming overindulgent on the lore. Just be cautious with that, because that can bog down the flow. You definitely want to try to be able to, like, streamline things. You'd have to have me read it? Okay, alright. I mean, I can skim through it at some point. If you drop it in the thing, I'll give it a skim. But I have learned that if you have complicated lore, the less you explain oftentimes is the better. But it sometimes can be different in the novel form. But sometimes you get away with being like Tolkien, and you can just explain it all and have your appendices and all that kind of stuff, and it works. And then sometimes it can like drag things to a halt. But it depends. It always depends. There are many rules and many rules to be broken. So there's no real right way to do it. But all right. Well, I think, yeah, we're about 20 minutes in, so I think we might start our first writing sprint. I'm going to try to at least get 3 done today before I switch over and hop off stream and start working on terrible TikTok videos. Which is funny. It's funny having to like edit and create TikTok videos as a person who has never ever used TikTok in their life. I have like zero understanding of it as a platform. They just tell me what they want design wise, and I make it. It's just amusing. I had to do a few of those for Snapchat back in the day, and I had never used Snapchat, but Uh, I'd die if I had to do anything. TikTok, yeah. Hey, some people get it. I don't judge. Like, you know, if it's your thing, do it. I just the social media stuff starts to break my brain a little bit. I'm fine with people just sending me TikTok videos on like messaging apps that I have because at least I understand it. Oh, the Tikitty talk. I mean, every type of social media is just gonna wind up being cats at some point. It always becomes cats. Us old people don't get that dumb youngster shit. You have no idea. I said that about Instagram for a very long time. When I first moved to Los Angeles, I had no idea what Instagram was, and I judged every single person I knew who was using it. So, no, Maya. No. No. Just no. No, it's not. But that was, yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I don't have a TikTok anymore, Moon Runes. Moon Runes, yeah. It's some, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. If that's your thing. I also just don't like social media in general. It just becomes, it's just nothing but advertisements and like weird even YouTube is like too much for me to deal with sometimes. So it's just too much. It's just too much just crap thrown your way. So I appreciate it for just, you know, people send me cat videos and stuff on on those social media things, and then I get the cat videos, and I don't have to actually be on the beyond the thing, which is great. It's fantastic. Uh, let's see. My friend is turning 24 on the first, and now my back is creaking, and I need a. That's funny. That's funny. It's funny that you're fun. Your friends, you know. There you go. Uh, Moon Runes, you could be the wise one at the birthday party. uh, I'm claiming I'm a decrepit old leather bag of bones. I'm a meat dumpling in human form, waiting for time to pass. I mean, there's that too. That's not just an age thing. You can just be that. That could just be, you know, just a pile of bones just sort of sitting around. That's a that has nothing to do with age. You know, you can do that at any age. All right. Alrighty, well, I think it is going to be time to sprint because I do want to get a little bit of writing done before in the short allotment of time that I have here. So, an old meat dumpling in human form fixed. I'm like, listen, I was 24 like 8 years ago. Yeah, let's not. It's like I don't want to think about years and ages. Oh God. Yeah, it just makes me feel sad. Just everything just makes me feel sad. Yeah. Yeah, no. It is an old meat dumpling in human form. Yep. Hey, you know, live your best life. And if living your best life is an old meat dumpling human or like a meat dumpling in human form, like hell yeah, man. Own it. I remember when I was 24 it's going to be in a year, so that's good. That's clever. I remember. I remember back when in about a year. It's funny. All right. All right. Let me switch the music nonsense over really quick. All right. Kill you. Get the spooky spooks tunes. Bam. There we go. All right. And the tunes. Let's actually bring the tunes up here. Boom. All right. Your BDA is on Labor Day this year, and I think we have work off and get paid for it. You get paid for your birthday. That is the best birthday gift ever. Hell yes. Fantastic, Moon Runes. And happy early birthday. I mean, I'm assuming I'll be streaming before Labor Day, but you know, just in case. Happy early birthday. Um, yeah, nothing beats getting paid on your birthday, especially if you don't have to actually work. Alrighty. Thought I said what? Big Dick Association. Did I just like have a stroke? What? What? Is that what I said? I don't think so. Am I blacking out and just babbling about like about... Oh, Labor Day. Oh, I'm oh, I see. Labor Day and BDA. Okay, sure. No, I just thought you said BDA. Okay. I was like, wow, okay. I'm just apparently my brain is just going now. Fantastic. Jesus. Just be like, all right, I guess it's gonna be one of those streams, I guess, where I'm just apparently gonna make up weird a bunch of weird your old brain's leaving you, mustache man. I'm yep, probably will. Probably will not surprised. Not surprised at all if my brain did in fact leave me and I just started babbling incoherently. It would not be shocking. Alrighty, everybody. I think we are good to go, and I think we're going to start our sprint. So if you're writing, hopefully it is a productive writing sprint, and if you're just chilling, playing video games, I hope that is a delightful time. And we will see you on the other side. Boop. Boom. Happy writing, everybody. And away we go. Whoa, hello, Bad Grammar, good stories. Welcome in. Thanks for the raid. Coming in. Let me shout out. How went the stream? How goes things? How are you? We're just in the middle of a writing sprint, and I'm editing a screenplay right now. Hope the stream went absolutely delightfully. Awesome. Finished your short story? Great. Awesome. What kind of short story? Well, that's congrats on that. What kind of short story is it? Spooky? Spooky short story? Fantasy? Romance? I'm doing a horror film right now, so everything's all very spooky in here. Went to go print it in black and white. It won't print because it needs it. Oh yes, of course. The printer can't print black and white if God forbid, one of the color cartridges is empty. Ugh, that's awful. Well, hopefully you can get it printed. Get it printed out for you. Short story for a Nightmare magazine. Awesome. That sounds rad. 45 pages. Well done. Congrats. That is fantastic. Awesome. 45 pages. That's a hell of a short story. For Nightmare Magazine, too. That sounds cool. I'm not familiar with Nightmare Magazine, but it sounds like something I'd be into. All right. Well, we're just going to go ahead and finish. It's for submission. Got it. Very cool. Awesome. Well, that's super exciting, and congrats again for finishing up your short story. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and finish out this this sprint, and then yeah, we'll be back and chatting away for during the break. Would love to have you on stream sometime for an interview. No worries. Oh my god, I have no idea what to say to that. I don't think I've ever had anyone want to interview me before. Ah yes, dinner bell's ringing. Go get food. Eat up, relax, embrace the victory of finishing your story. All right, we'll catch you all at the break, everybody. All right, there we go, everybody. That's our first sprint down. All right, let's go ahead and start the break timer. And I think we're about to get hit with some ads. So for everybody out there, feel free to mute, step away, and step away and get a drink, whatever. Just dodge the ads. Dodge the ads. One thumbs up for one successful sprint. I know where I can cut the first chapter. It doesn't add to the forward momentum, and it's just Giant Teresa explain the manner of the in-law. Perfect. There you go, Maya. Nailed it. Exactly. It doesn't move anything forward, and it's just boom. You can get rid of it, and then you can add any important details that were in that. Just sprinkle it through the rest of it. Perfect. Maya, is the money good for the gig? Not. Yeah. It's better. Oh God, that's loud. It's better than anything that I've gotten in the past like 4 months. But I don't know if I'd call it good. Definitely not as good as the rates I used to get back in the day. Through anytime I had to do corporate video or advertising stuff, it's not as good. So, but no one's paying anything right now. The rates are all massively depreciated, and everyone's just kind of scrambling for work. So, but it's better than anything I've had recently, so I'll take that as an optimistic sign. And we'll see what that comes out to, because it's a flat rate for the gig, so it also depends how fast I can get them done. I'm not getting paid hourly for it. And I think I have to do like 600 TikToks. I think 600 little TikTok videos. Luckily, the design and all that stuff has already been finished, so I'm just modifying it based on what country it's in. So language modification, as well as like some design elements I might have to swap out here and there. So we'll see. It turns out we'll see how good the rate is once how many hours it takes me to do. All right, I am going to go get some water. It looks like the ads just started, so yes, mute them terrible ads, and I will be right back. Oh. All right, and we're back. Stretch. Okay, man. I mean, I know we're just, particularly here in California, we're getting hit with another heat wave, but I have just been like exhausted this weekend. I don't know what is going on, but I've been a absolute zombie. It's the vibes, maybe the end of summer vibes, running around. I finally finished the film that I had been working on for like 3 years, and so now I'm like, is this after the sort of like emotional catharsis of finishing this thing that like has haunted me for like the past 3 years? Is it just lingering? Am I just in this constant state of just mild exhaustion from it? I'm not sure. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's been odd. It's been hard to get anything done the past couple days, which does not bode well for having a busy work week. But hopefully, something will kick my butt into gear. Shmoo is judging. Big ol' Aang is sitting there staring at me, judging me right now. So maybe that's it. He's got his little paws crossed, just being like, "Get back to work. Get back to work. Make money so you can feed me more tuna. More tuna." My Archie, I'm judging you. That's really why I come on here. I come on here just to have everybody, just strangers on the internet, randomly judging me at any given moment. I didn't get enough of that in high school, so that's why I'm online now. Oh man. Oh, you know what? I keep forgetting that Old Boy has been re-released in theaters and I need to go see it. Keep forgetting that and trying to fit that into my schedule. If anybody out there is looking for a movie recommendation, it's one of the best films ever made. It's a crazy movie, but it is a fantastic film. But I think they re-released it for like its 20-year anniversary. And I keep forgetting that it's in theaters right now. You're sad because there's only 4 episodes left of this uh this season of Mushoku Tensei, but there will be more. It's a huge show, right? So there will be time. There will be more. That's how I felt about Witch from Mercury, except for that was just over. Witch from Mercury is done, and that's like the best Gundam I've seen in years. It's the best Gundam I've seen in a long time. JC Boom. I missed the title. Which movie? Old Boy. It's a Korean film. It came out. When did it come out? I remember it was the first. It was the first bootleg DVD I ever bought from Atomic Comics growing up in Arizona, and it was old. So I think it came out in 2006 or 2005. It might have come out in like 2005, 2004. But it was like, before Parasite and all that, it was just one of the like, it's a very like, it's a sort of Oedipal thriller, and it's definitely 2003 I just saw, 2003, but it is, and it was based, I think, off of a manga. I might be wrong about that. I thought it was based off of a manga, or maybe a manga came after. No, I'm not crazy. Yes, in the 90s, it is based off of a manga from the 90s. But it is a Korean film by Park Chan-wook, who did like Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, Sympathy for Mrs. Vengeance. It's a very, very great movie. It's like one of the all-time great films, in my opinion. But I highly recommend it. And it just got re-released in 4K in theaters, so it's making the rounds again. And I think that Spike Lee made a remake of it with Josh Brolin in 2013, which was okay, but it's nowhere near as good as the Korean version. My Archie. This half of the season, the second half of the season, the second half of the season starts in April. Oh, oh yeah. You just got to be a little patient, mind you. There's so much stuff out there. Like, I'm almost glad when shows have breaks like that because there's so much stuff for me to catch up on. It gives me time to like actually catch up on other stuff. Like I was busy watching. I ran out of I was running out of things like time because I was doing Gundam Witch from Mercury, and then I was also trying to catch up and finish Mob Psycho. I was trying to just watch that. There's like a bunch of things I was watching, so it's like sometimes the breaks are good. They give you time to see what's going on. But I mean, I still need to watch that other one that you've been talking about on Hulu. Uh, I love Mob Psycho. I love Mob Psycho. I haven't finished it, but I love it. Everything I've seen of it, I love. All right, cool. All right, everybody. I think we are going to get started on our next sprint since I am going to have to wrap it probably a little bit after 5:30. So I'm hoping we can get 2 in there. Yeah, Heavenly Delusion. That's it, Maya. Yeah, that's the one I need to watch. Um, all right, so I think we're going to go ahead and get started. Happy writing for everybody who is writing along, for everybody just relaxing or playing video games. I hope it is a delightful and relaxing sprint. And away we go.
Hello, princess. Oh. Oh, and there we go, everybody. Our second sprint down. Oi, Zal, I finally made it to a stream on time. I've actually been on for a little bit already. I started early because it's Sunday, and I also have to get a bunch of work done tonight. So it's an early stream, but you made it, Oizel. So huzzah, huzzah! The stream, huzzah to make it on the stream. 2 thumbs up for 2 successful sprints. All right, let's start the down timer here. There we go. All right, and of course, immediately at the end of that sprint, the princess had to come start screaming at me. Well, you know, anything counts at this point. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We're just glad to see you. Glad to see you pop in. How you doing? How are you holding up, Oizo? I hope, if anything, you are at least getting a little bit of self-care in. I am trying to get as much writing as I possibly can before I got a gig this week, so after this next sprint, I'm gonna have to go prep for this editing gig I have to do all week. Oof. So tis be the way the working world works. Hanging in there. Oh, nice. Played in a Lorcana. Oh, you played in a Lorcana tournament today and had fun? That sounds like a blast. Even if I had my ass handed to me. I know. I'm terrible. I remember in high school going to a like a thing, like a card place where they would teach me how to play Magic, and they just like kept kicking my ass, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to play this game. But as long as it's fun, it's okay. All right. Oh boy. The great thing is that with it being only a week old, everyone is new to it. That is a huge bonus. Yeah. Everyone's still kind of figuring it out, which is perfect. Oh man. But there are some very intense players who have been playing, trading card games for years. Yeah, they like the card game community is intense. I was at what was it? I had a job. Where was I? Was I in Texas? Was that in Dallas or was that elsewhere? I'm trying to remember. I was somewhere. Maybe you know what? It could have been San Francisco, but I remember there was a big Yu-Gi-Oh card thing going on there, and they were intense. That was, I mean, I just saw them as I was going in and out of convention rooms for my job, but they seemed very intense. It seemed like a very involved thing. uh Anyway, the hubs and I had a good time. Fantastic. We're actually been trading cards again, and it's like Pokemon. It's oh, awesome! So you actually get to do trade cards. That's cool. Oh, that sounds like a blast. Yeah, I was gonna say that I remember when Pokemon first dropped that was what you would trade the cards for other cards all the time. I wasn't. It seems like now mostly people just buy them or buy decks or buy cards individually and not so much trade. It's cool that they're bringing it back. which is lame. I agree. Yeah. Yeah, bringing back the old, just actually trading the cards. I guess things get so like suddenly valued in a weird way where everyone just wants to make money doing it, or becomes a very like. I feel like that happened with Pokemon and a lot of other cards, where suddenly it just became about like this like big monetization thing. Where I felt like the trading cards, it was all about like kind of trading them to build better decks, and then when you're playing people, that's kind of the whole point. But I don't know. I never was that into the trading card scene, but that just seemed to be what a lot of people would do back in the day. I will admit that we are buying the ones that are impossible to find in person just so we can complete a full foil set of 204. Oh my god. 204 foil sets? Or 204 foil cards, I mean, sorry. Yeah, okay. That's a lot of foil cards. Wow, well done. Jeez. Already there. You're about 220 away from being done. Wild. That is. Whew. Whew, whew, whew. I tell you, my husband went full nuts on over this. Yeah, it sounds like it. Goodness. That is a. That's a. You already have a hefty collection. Like a very, very big collection. Drove 3 hours one way to buy a box of booster packs. Nice. God, that's. I remember that there was a very brief period where I was like, that was the thing, was going to Atomic Comics or like this comic shop to go buy like, buy like a little pack of Pokemon cards. I got out of Pokemon pretty early. I was barely in it, but yeah, I remember that being a thing. Oizel, he did, not me. I'm not mental. He's, sometimes you just gotta let those we love have the weird little things that they love, and hopefully it doesn't bankrupt us. That's the goal. It's just like, I'm glad this is your hobby, but this is kind of crazy. I don't know. My brother, hey, I get to ride his coattails and do cool stuff. Exactly, Oizel. That's looking at it the right way. And he gets to obsess and collect. Yep. My brother was super into Warhammer. And I mean the money I've seen people like Warhammer people drop. I mean, I guess, there's the painting and all that kind of stuff too. But man, the money that they drop is crazy. And I think like a new edition of Warhammer comes out like every couple of years, I almost want to say. It's so I think they have to buy like new model kits and new things like all the time. It's like designed to churn, yeah, to just churn it over. And I know and they got like really protective about people doing their own versions when 3D printers dropped. Like they like Games Workshop got like really, really crazy about it. But yeah, so I trading cards, like, not my thing. I definitely don't get it, but more power to you. But it does not seem as crazy as like what I watched my brother go through with Warhammer, because that was nuts. I mean, nuts. The amount of money they spent on that stuff. No, I understand that from the sidelines. Yeah, yeah, that's but I don't know. It's fun. It's cool that you got to go to like little like card tournaments and stuff. That just seems like a fun thing to do. I collect limited edition 17-inch Disney dolls. Okay. So there you go. You've both got the things that you like collect. That's good. And that is like madness, getting people to part with them without scalping you. I'm sure it's Disney, which, if I know anything about Disney people are very, very, very passionate. They're intense, particularly about like Disney collectibles. And I also feel like there's a little bit of that with dolls too, like doll people that do collect like old fashion dolls or anything like that. They're 160 a piece after shipping, and some are now selling for over 1K. Oof. Yeah. That whole like inflated collectible market, I just can't. I can't do it. I don't think I've ever had enough money to be able to ever even partake in that. I've collected. I definitely have some books. I've got some old collectible books, like some old Arkham House press printings of like Lovecraft and some stuff like that. I guess you could say that I collect RPG books, but that's about it. That's what I got. I mean, I guess I have a vinyl record collection, but I got most of those vinyl records when I was in high school, and they were poor, and I bought them because they were cheap. they were like 25 cents a record, and I couldn't afford CDs. But I have bought a couple collectible vinyl sets, like the Godzilla vinyl set, so that's fair. That is fair. I have done. I do partake in some of the collectability nonsense. It's bonkers, but so are these cards. The one guy is looking to get 6 cards from me for Lorcana, and they're valued at $76 total. Right now, vinyls are stupid expensive. It's wild. I think I remember walking into a record store seeing. I think like my copy of Ziggy Stardust, like Spiders from Mars, that record, like that record is falling apart. That was like one of the first records I bought from a record store, and it's just I bought it I think when I was like 14 from Zia Records, and it's just falling apart completely. It's so I've used it so much, but like seeing some of those records, it's like even like now they're charging like $40 for like Bowie records. It's like, I mean, it's Bowie, I guess, but geez, it's a lot of money. Can you imagine if I was trying to get a Damned record, like the Black Album from the Damned? I'd go broke doing that. We buy ours from a guy who buys them from estate sales. Yeah. In lots and then pieces. Yeah, and a buddy of mine, we got a lot of records from our bus driver, who when he passed away, his wife gave us like his entire like attic full of vinyl records. So we got a lot from him. That's actually how I got most of my like Jefferson Airplane records, a bunch of Doors records from that. The vinyls, yeah, they're crazy. Yeah, it's a lot. I tried to buy the Hamilton Musical Collector's records, $100 for the set from a thrift store. Oof. Yeah, I don't think I would ever spend on a single record, or like I spent a lot of money on my Godzilla show. It's every Showa era Godzilla soundtrack on vinyl done by Waxwork, who's like one of the best vinyl reprint. Just like they're one of the best people that do like reprints or like analog, like transferring analog to vinyl, and I spent a lot on that. But that's like the soundtrack to like 15 movies, so it's gonna be a little pricey. But I don't think I'd ever spend $100 on a single vinyl. That's just too much money. It's like a 2 double-sided LP set, but still, yeah, that's still too much money. That's too much. I think the most I ever spent was I found a guy who actually had an old Magma record from Germany, and I think I spent like $60 on that. And that was the most I ever spent on a record. And I probably will never spend that much again, because it was I mean, I love that record, but it was foolish. Particularly when you're poor and you're like, I kind of wish I had that $60. All right, I'm going to run an ad real quick, just so we don't have it interrupt the sprint. And I'm going to get water, and then we will do our last sprint of the night. And then I have to go do set up this stupid Premiere file for editing Twitch videos, apparently. Which is going to take up the next week of my life. I would probably spend it on a Lion King musical record, though, right? LOL, fun, yeah. That's it's always fun when the random gig you get is a edit 600 TikTok videos for this, like, for a bunch of random corporations you don't know who they are, and I'm like, I can do that. I also have never used TikTok in my life, so it's always fun. I had to do the same thing with Snapchat. I've had to do Snapchat videos edit Snapchat videos for companies, even though I've never used Snapchat in my life. All right. I will be right back, everybody, and then we will get started on the sprint. All right. All right. One more sprint. See if I can actually just finalize this, the first section of this movie, and maybe get it down to at least like just 27 pages. Oh boy. Ba, 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 ba. Let's bring the music up a little bit. Some of our spooky tunes. There we go. It's always still trying to get adjusted to doing all this on a Windows machine and not on the Mac side, so the way that it handles the volume is a little different. All right. There we go. All right, cool. And it looks like the ads are done. So let's go ahead and get started on our final sprint of the afternoon. Happy writing, everybody. I hope it is a productive sprint, or if you're just relaxing, it is a delightful relaxation. And we will catch you on the other side. we go, everybody. That is going to be, unfortunately, the final sprint of the night, since I need to get everything set up for these stupid TikTok videos I gotta do this week. So, for everybody who is hanging out with us, it was a blast. Thank you so much. Sorry it was shorter than usual. I know I don't generally stream on the weekends, but things got kind of messy this week, so I wanted to try to make up some time at least. But as always, everybody, take care of yourselves, and we will see you at some point this week, probably Tuesday. But yeah, have a lovely, lovely rest of your Sunday.